Excuse me. Alright, tweet is up, bot is live, Discord will be along shortly. Hello, internet! You know, sometimes I do that and the mic maxes out. Sometimes I don't. I do that and it doesn't. And I don't know why. Anywho, folks, we doing the Fortnite tonight before we do TGS. Talk shop on a little bit of news. There wasn't much news to dig up, unfortunately. But we do have the Soda block to talk about, and like I said last week, it was the rest of Book 10 and Shoto X, and, well, you can already see we are off to a banging start, because it's Storius. It's Storius' monster form. But it's not just him, Zurus as well, and Legius. All three of the Backstreet Boys are here to round out Book 10 of Saber. So, yay! So, with them being here, this pretty much confirms that the Vulcan and Valkyrie forms are going to be in Revice. Most likely, probably their DVD release timeframe, so a couple months from now. Rather than when they're going to come out in theaters, which is end of this month. I think the 27th. Yeah, they are here. They actually look good. And a couple notes they wanted to talk about is that Zurus here, he has some different ways to peg on his leg armor to give him some better range of movement. And while the heads are not painted on the face parts, if you do get the sticker into those grooves, you get the detail popped out. And you get some angled holding hands for Saber Blades, Espada, and Kenzan. To get some more range. Also Buster. And Slash. So, lots of good hand options. And with that, that is Book 10 done. It's in... So, we've got Elemental Blades, the Gatcha Striker, Legius, Zurus, or Storius, Zurus, Legius, and Disaster to round out Book 10. But we are not done. No. Like I said, Shoto X and fucking Uchu Kata, it's Forze. I have complicated feelings about this, but we'll get to that at the end. So, Forze is here, and he looks good. And he's also coming with the radar module, the launcher module, the rocket, and the drill modules. All four of his core modules are here, which is great to see. And since this is Shoto X, the Machine Masigler is also here. And is writable. But since it's an easy repaint of base states, it's rocket states. Because of fucking course. We go with the easy repaint that is movie exclusive, outside of one episode. I had to shoot a message in Discord real quick. There's a thing I found out about next week's Saber that I'm just like, ah, oh, god damn it. Not again! Why? Let me look at a thing real quick as well. But Meteor is also here. He looks really good. Not as like he doesn't have as many stars and stuff on him. He looks more like blacked out on this figure, which is a little it looks like it's there on the chest, but not much else elsewhere. And lastly, for some reason, Wizard. Wizard is also here in this Shoto X set. For some reason. I don't know why Wizard is here. Just Wizard, mind you. Just Wizard flame style. With, I believe, 4 versions of the Wizard sword gun. It's got gun mode, sword mode, with the hand, like the... with the finish strike hand closed. And then it has another additional gun and sword version with the hand open. Which is odd. But, okay. Yeah, that's Shoto X12. So this has some implications, and we shall talk about them. What is the date on this Shoto X set, real quick? I'll give a date. Because that's the pre-order date. Or when they're going to start taking pre-orders for them, which is, like, this week. 1 second. Gotta check a Google Translate real quick. It does not say. Unless it says up top. 1 second. They do not specify the date for this. I'm curious if my assumptions about their development times in terms of release dates is accurate for a lot of the Choto stuff. So I've been keeping track of it, and I'm curious if I was on point this time as well. Because I've been on point for the most part. I think I've just been off a little bit. Just because Shoto stuff tends to not get specific dates until, like, late. So my time frames tend to be a little off, but they're pretty well on point. And let me check. I'm just gonna go as, like, far ahead as possible. And see if this got put on the calendar at all on the side here. Looks like... no. This should be a December release, according to my information and stuff that I've been tracking. Or according to the release dates I've been tracking. That's my assumed date for this. Is like December release. But it does not specify. I believe it was... Uh, January, actually. Like, start of January. Okay, so maybe not quite. Anywho, this has implications. So, I actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that because the last time I did it, it froze everything. So, for those that keep track of what comes out in Soto Chronicle, which is what I was hoping Forza and Wizard would get put into recently, because Soto Chronicle does everything, Shadow X does not. If they do, it has been incredibly slowly. I think Blade has almost done everything outside of Glaive, Lark, and no, actually, I don't think Shadow X has completed a single show that they've done of the Heisei era. No. Which is incredibly disappointing for someone who wants, all the things of a show in Candy Toy. So this has implications. So the implications of this is that with Forza and Wizard and Shadow X now, that means, based off what we've seen when it comes to lines that went from Chronicle to Shadow X or from Shadow X to Chronicle, that means we're not seeing these in Chronicle for like 2 years minimum. Because Den-O was done in Shadow Chronicle 2 years ago in 2019. It kind of abruptly stopped before they got to the movie writers. And then Shadow X came out. And then recently Shadow X announced, hey, here's our Den-O set of, platform, sword form, Zeranos Zero form, and then the Den Bird. Which, now that I think about it, the next Shadow O set's probably going to be Den-O and Forza Wizard stuff, if anything. Which will be interesting. An interesting mix of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. So, at minimum, we're not seeing Forza and Wizard in Chronicle for like 2 years, at minimum. Because that is how long the gap was between Chronicle to Shadow X, and that's also the same amount of time from Shadow X to Chronicle, because Shadow X did do Ryuki. They did Ryuki Knight, Oja, and Ryuga, and I believe the other half of that was a Shadow X wave, half of that was a Shadow O wave, and I think it was like the first Shadow O wave, first or second one. And again, that was 2019, so 2 years ago. So, at minimum, it's going to be 2 years before we, even have a remote chance of this happening, just to prevent, internal competition of these toys. Because you don't want that. You never want that. So, that's going to be disappointing, because Shadow X are probably going to be cowards and not do Nadeshiko, even though that would be the other writer from the fucking series, and we should get Nadeshiko, goddammit. We should also get Tackle, but that is an entirely separate thing at this point. And we also probably won't get all the forms, which would be nice to have all the forms, because there's not that many forms in Forza. Honestly, if we just got the core forms from the show, plus fusion, since we've gotten rocket states now, I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't mind that we wouldn't have gotten, rocket drill states, because, Anyway. And Wizard, we're probably not going to get All Dragon unless it's a premium set. Infinity is somewhere off in Oblivion now. No mages, which boo on that. Incredibly boo on no mages. So that's a very strong. So that's the implication. But there's also the other implication. So Soto Chronicle, from what we've seen, bounces back and forth between Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the Heisei era. So they started with Kamen Rider Wizard and then went to Den-O. And I'm going to risk it for the biscuit to showcase this, because I'm going to risk pulling up my compendium and risk killing the stream. Because last time I did this, I killed the stream, but I think I can... I'll just direct your attention to down here and I won't swap the pages. So we went from Chronicle Double, Chronicle Den-O, Chronicle O's, to, I think it was technically Chronicle... Yeah. Why that went out of order. Yeah. Go back over here. To Chronicle Kuga, to Chronicle Gaim, to currently Chronicle Ryuki. And Ryuki is currently on its second announced retail set. We have a third retail set. I'll swap to intermission now while I talk. We have a third retail set to come, probably to be announced like closer to Retail 2's release, so sometime in the next couple months or so. So that is on the table. So the question of what's the next Chronicle line is going to be coming up very soon. I actually need to sit down and map out like when everything has been revealed on the Candy Toy blog, just so we can get some accurate estimates of when things should be announced. Because I have a document starting that, but I haven't finished it, and I need to. But anywho. And like I said, we've been bouncing back and forth between the two Heisei eras. So now begets the question, alright, so we're going back to Phase 2. We've done Double, we've done O's, we've done Gaim of the Phase 2 era. That only leaves Forze Wizard Drive Ghost of the not touched by Soto in general lines, and since they are listed on the surveys, I will mention them, remakes of X8 and Build through Soto Chronicle. Now, I don't think remakes of X8 and Build are going to happen, especially with Shoto X recently doing them. That's out of the picture. Forze and Wizard are now out of the picture. Because Shoto X just did figures of them, are just now going to be doing figures of them. They do not want two toy lines with the same thing. Two toy lines of similar scales, of similar price points, of similar, similar slots on the shelf with the same characters. It might be a little confusing, because I know people mix up Soto and Shoto all the time for no good fucking reason, because people don't know the difference between them. I know why, because people don't care that much for the candy toy stuff, but yeah, that's what we're looking at. So with that said, that gives us a 50-50 if we're going back to Phase 2. Either we're doing Drive, which is not as big of a Chronicle line, due to there's not that many writers and forms within it. The largest part of a Drive Chronicle toy line is technically the modules, or not the modules, the tire changes. Because Drive has like 6, maybe 7 forms. Mox got 4, although 2 of those are repaints of each other. Chase technically has 2. And then you have some ancillary rider stuff. The biggest thing is, oh fuck, Trideron. Candy Toy Scale Trideron. Fuck yes. I would love a Candy Scale Score Trideron. I already own Figure Arts Trideron. Because I'm one of the stupid people that own it. To own one of those. So, it means that, or it means we're getting Ghost. Which, if the next Chronicle line is Ghost, I will not stop laughing. Because Frozen Stratos and Molinus over on the Soto Pop have argued that it won't happen. The 50-50. It's now a 50-50. Oh, I can't wait. I hope it's Ghost. Just because I won't stop laughing. I won't. And give me 1 second. I'm going to gauge some reactions real quick. Just gonna drop that nugget of information. I see the typing. And it is sinking in. The 50-50. Very funny from Ghost and Stratos. Very funny. He said Ghost is in box 10 and just posts a blank image. No, you didn't. So yeah, Soda Chronicles is going to be very interesting in a few months. Anyway, let's play some Fortnite, even though it's been like 24 minutes since it's been live. Fuck. By the way, I also got Chun-Li in the rest of the Street Fighter costumes, or Street Fighter skins, because, fuck it, why not? Because they put in, like, Cammy and, name. I can't think of his name. Guile. That's who it is. Guile. But they also put back up Ryu and Chun-Li, and I was like, I might as well grab all the Street Fighter stuff. I think I have most of the Gameverse stuff. Except for a few. Except for, I think, for the God of War stuff and the Borderlands stuff. I have every other Gameverse base figure. You know what? Let's just go here. Ah, shit! Fuck! Fuck, piss, fuck, piss, fuck, piss. Fuck, piss, fuck, piss, fuck, piss. Fuck. Oh, I'm getting shot at by 2 different people now. Well, at least I damaged people in Sorpy Swamps. And got a level up. Of course, now that I think about it, I don't know which one I want if Chronicles moving to Phase 2 and does Drive or Ghost, because Drive I would want, which would be cool. But Ghost I would want to happen just to be a spiteful prick. Just to be like, oh yeah, you poo-pooed Ghost and Chronicle forever. Now look, they're doing Ghost. They're gonna do everything. Are you happy now? Get fucked. And then, unfortunately, I have to make the decision of, do I really want Ghost Chronicle? Not particularly, to be honest. I don't think I would want to go in on a Ghost Chronicle line. A Drive Chronicle line, yes, I would. I would like a Drive Chronicle line, but Ghost, I don't think I would. As much as I would like Grateful with the... Excuse me, game? I always have, like, a server hiccup every now and again when I stream Fortnite, and I don't know why. Actually, no, when I do Fortnite in general, play Fortnite in general, I always get, like, a server hiccup every now and again. I mean, fine. Hello, Mr. Wick with Ghost Riders. Like... Give me my gun back. Anything else? It doesn't fit. Nope. Moving on. It's one of those Rift holograms, isn't it? Uh-oh. Ow. I caught on the tree. Oops. Hi. Uh-oh. Oh. Hello. I'm gonna detour for an alien artifact real quick. Right? Off, right? Off, right? Oh, no. Oh, give me my gun. There we go. No. You're lucky I didn't pick up those fireflies. Or I would have burned your ass out of there already. Well, you're somebody else's problem now. Have fun! Bye. Y'all have fun fighting. I'm leaving. Hi. You had like no health apparently. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, fuck. I missed every single one of my shots there. Every single one. Ah, goody. I'm never gonna get a Grappatron now. That was the last reward off the battle pass I wanted. To be honest. Hello.
Also, someone forgot about a certain thing being on the other coast. You know, Pacific time zone and our time zone are very different. The thing you did to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I didn't realize he did Pacific time zone either. To be perfectly honest, I didn't realize that either. So that is
midnight.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, at this point, probably closer to 1 a.m.
True.
Because I think he's a little behind where he was aiming to be anyhow.
True. Also, he's apparently going to just go for the O's one since he doesn't think he can beat your time with double.
Fair.
You have grinded that down pretty hard.
I also feel like I can't do that right now. So fair.
Also, apparently it's the marathon video that's linked, and he just skipped to the end of the marathon video. And was just like, why is this 550? And didn't bother to look at any other part of the video.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, of course.
The funny thing is, if I'm not mistaken, that marathon, I actually set records for all three.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, I'm not going through all the fighting of editing this down just to crop it down.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the other two difficulties put comment that the run starts at certain time codes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for some reason, when you click on, like, the category, it defaults to, like, the easy one.
Beginner.
Yeah, it defaults to beginner.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I can't say that I blame him for doing that. Double and 0-1 have kind of been the two that I've focused on.
I was about to say, I think they're the only ones that anyone has even bothered to do.
There is a marathon one for O's.
Right.
Which, that would be a good one if he could bop that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's anything like the double one, if you're pretty decent at the game, then you'll be able to bop it relatively easy.
Yeah, the O's is 2443, the 011 is 3109.
Yeah.
And no one has bothered to do anybody else.
If I'm not mistaken, that double one, I actually only did it. Yeah. I know I did. I was playing beginner, decided I was going to do a marathon just to see. Literally took all 4 categories in that one run.
Yeah.
That was how free that was.
Because I knew he was doing Memory of Heroes speedruns, and I'm just like, oh, I guess he might be doing the main game. And then I just asked him today, it's just like, are you doing the main game, or are you doing the survival modes? And he's just like, oh, I'm doing the survival modes, because, like, that's what's on the leaderboards and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I know the guy who has the, like, almost all the records currently.
I might be the one crazy person to decide to do a full game one. It would be a new game plus, though. It would not be a new game run.
I was about to say, there is a full game leaderboard.
Yeah, and no one's touched it.
Yeah, new game plus, and then new game plus fight timer.
If I did it, it probably would be the new game plus fight timer.
Mm-hmm.
Purely for the... Well, okay, I say that. I'd probably still run live split and actually submit for both kind of deal.
Yeah.
But the reason I'd probably focus more on the fight timer part of it is because, you know, you could change which rider you're playing as to have an edge over certain fights.
Right.
There's still some that you're just locked in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And also, I think at some points you would lose time if you decide to change because it forces you to be. It swaps to a certain rider, and if you
you
want,
would on regular New Game Plus. That's
right?
why I think I'd focus more on the fight timer side of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can mop a fight up quicker with a character, it actually might be worth the. I think it's like about 10 to 15 seconds you'd lose. I've not actually timed it, but it feels like it's around that length.
Also, by the way, because of episode previews and stuff for the finale of Saber, I can't say the final episode because it's technically not the final episode. Um, you know that thing they did with realizing Hopper, quote unquote.
Oh my god, are we really gonna do that?
Apparently, this might become a thing, and I hate it. I hate it.
Uh,
I'm almost wondering if this is just a ploy to
because
sell the memorial sets.
because I am just gonna flat out say this. We will cover it tomorrow, I know. But I I'm almost willing to bet that real time kind of solidifies the fact that they are meaning for realizing Hopper to be the final form.
Which is dumb.
Because in the final fight for the 01 solo movie, Arto's in realizing Hopper.
Even though he could have just become Rising Hopper, because he just has that key as well. Because that's technically a separate key. Even though, didn't Rising Hopper turn into Realizing Hopper? In the finale?
You're right.
Uh-huh. Except real time implies that those are two different keys now.
Well, okay, maybe now they are.
Uh-huh.
Like that one I might give it that maybe now they are. But yeah, yeah. Al-
Uh...
Also, I'm going to point out something. The more than likely completely free categories for Memory of Heroes is probably going to be both the births.
Oh, I'm sure.
It feels so janky.
Yeah.
After I got used to the smoothness of double and 01, I'm like, oh, this feels janky compared to everyone else. I remember why I didn't hardly use them.
Apparently, I just need to do a mini marathon where it's like, alright, folks, I've grinded up all the levels for everyone. We're just gonna set a record for everybody. We're just gonna do this
Uh,
marathon, set a time for everyone. Here's the mega marathon of I've done every difficulty on every rider. Can I have that one? Can that be a thing?
I feel like it'll be a matter of time with those before I go to try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I because when I was last doing it, I got double down as far as I thought I could. I
Mm-hmm.
might surprise myself, get it down further.
Yeah.
But I was starting to play around with those, but I've got to try to figure out the best way to bust shields kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because the survival mode, that's your big thing, is you got to know how to do the shield breaks quick.
Mm-hmm.
If you take too long, you're screwed.
Mm-hmm. And it is piss pouring rain outside now. I can hear it.
It must not last for long then, because I heard it a little bit ago and then it stopped.
Like, I'm not sure this will work or not, but... Okay, that didn't work.
No. At least not on Discord. It might have on stream.
It didn't. I watched.
Okay.
For reference, folks, my desk is next to a window, and because of the arm on my mic, I can literally turn it to face the window. It's not loud enough to be picked up on the mic, even directly in the window, which it doesn't help that that window faces a porch, so the rain is not directly hitting the window. But you ready for me to swap over?
Oh, I figured you were gonna do one more.
Oh, I can do one more then. Doop.
Also, do I have runs pending still? No. Okay. I could have swore I had 0-1 farther down than that, though.
But for those wondering...
I wonder if I forgot to upload something.
For those wondering who we're talking about, earlier today, Hawkillies on Twitch is one of the Toku people I follow on Twitch, is doing a 24-hour marathon, and a part of that marathon is him doing speedruns of Memory of Heroes. I might just host over to him, or might have us host over to him, like, when we're done tonight, just to do it. It's like, hey, might as well, since he's going for your records, maybe.
I mean, I'm not gonna say they're completely optimized, by no means. Because
yeah.
someone might know something different, but I feel like Double's probably right there. 0-1, there is still room. I felt that one. I just don't know how much is the thing.
I have to think it depends on your optimization of form changes on 0-1.
Yeah. I think that's why I'm having a problem figuring out how much kind of deal.
Yeah, because
I know there's room to improve. It's just a case of how much room there is.
Because we've more or less figured out the strat for him.
Oh, that's right. I went back over to the New Game Plus stuff. Or not the New Game Plus, the Anything Goes stuff for 0-1. That's why I was thinking that. Because I think I did actually get it lower. Oh, no, there's the rain. Or not? Okay. That's right. I was waiting on it to actually buffer. I think I did. I just didn't actually crop the video down. Because I did the last ones all streaming on YouTube.
I did
That
link your
actually looks
YouTube
like
if
it's
he...
all double. Huh. Nope, there's where I went. Switched over, ain't it? Yeah. What did I get?
I did link your YouTube if he wanted to, like, look at them, because he said he was going to give it, like, 2 hours to try to get a record.
I mean, right now it's pretty open.
Mhm. It probably doesn't help that not many people are A, gonna play this game to start with, or B, try to speedrun this game.
Yeah. With me, honestly, Memory of Heroes kind of hit that same itch that I had with Odyssey at the beginning
Mhm.
there, where it's just super smooth and it actually feels good to try to speedrun it.
Mhm.
Because, not gonna lie, there's been some that I'm like, why do people speedrun this?
Alright, what do I got?
Fixing to look too, because I'm gonna see who all I don't have max level.
I think everybody but the main three I need to level up. I think. Or I might be missing some of the, like, not main half changes on double. I'm getting all their stuff upgraded. It pretty much just means I need to go through the game a whole second time to get everybody leveled up, I think. To get all the materials needed.
I hate being that person, but possibly even a third time.
I'm sure.
Because I know, granted, I was kind of just bum rushing it. I wasn't actually taking my time on it. I'd say maybe if you took your time on it, you probably could do it in two, kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second time I was more just trying to see roughly how long the battle timer would be.
And how long would it be?
I think it was a little over 2 hours, is what it probably should have been sub 2, but I kind of sucked at the final boss. Not gonna lie.
Fair.
It probably should have been sub 2 fight timer. And that was with. Oh. Yeah, it definitely should have been. Because I just booted up that save and my fight timer's at 155.59. And I know I finished at like 207 with like 2 or 3 deaths. So, yeah. And not the, oh, you died, just pick up from here deaths. No, the, you almost got it and then died. Because when I screw up big. I might be right. You might need a third.
I was thinking it's you gotta put in some time to get all your materials to get everybody maxed out to properly optimize for the run.
I mean, I've still got to do levels on Joker. Actually, O's? Yeah, Joker and O's is actually the only thing I lack.
No. Well, yeah.
Or maybe 2 could do it. As long as you leveled everyone up, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I got the slurm damage at least. That was unfortunately a quick round.
Well, crap. So about the only use for this save is literally just to fight the final boss. Good to know.
Also, I'm pretty sure there's like no difference on platform.
You know, I don't know. I would have to think not, seeing as how it uses the in-game timer.
Right.
but maybe marathon runs it might.
Maybe? It depends on how well it's optimized for PlayStation 4. /4 Pro, but I doubt this thing's even remotely attempting to try to use any of the extra horsepower of the Pro.
Because I wasn't actually paying attention to your load times when you were playing. So I don't have a good comparison on that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That would be something actually to try to look into.
Guess what I'm doing for a day. For a bonus stream at some point. Fuck.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'd never paid attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could look on the leaderboard.
I think all the records are Switch records.
No.
Oh.
Because Redline has PS4
Okay.
records, so at least there's comparison there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially seeing as how that's the double run that me and him both have, so. My thing is, though, it's still gonna be hard to tell. Well, maybe not. No. Because I could take the time off of the final round and compare it that way. Also, shoutouts to now. I'm gonna want to figure this out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when we get talking about speedrun stuff.
Dang, I've also got to see, though, where his timer actually starts, because I know where mine... Okay, so his starts with it. I think mine starts a second or two late. So I'll have to keep that in mind, too.
Oh, I also did that one.
Shoutouts to... The video tried to hop in the middle. I guess I was looking at it before.
Probably. Scoping out the competition.
Yeah, but it was my own video.
I don't know then.
I just realized I might have timed that wrong. Huh.
I'll do like one more because we don't have a whole lot of news to talk about, fortunately.
Fair.
The most we could talk about doesn't happen till like Wednesday. And that is assuming they give us good things to talk about from the Pokemon Presents. Because I saw somebody I follow on Twitter joke. It's just like, oh yeah, look at all these like lifestyle trailers in a small tiny bit of gameplay, and I'm like, yeah, that was like the first couple Pokemon Presents.
Um, what?
What?
So I just compared that,
Mm-hmm.
and I want more testing before before I completely like, yes, this is the case, but just based off of those videos there, the Switch version actually loads 20 seconds quicker over the course of a beginner run.
Well, that's optimization for you. Dumb and nonsensical.
I was fully expecting to not have the better loads kind of deal. I'm like, wait a minute. Because, yeah, in game timer, I was a minute and 12 seconds quicker. The RTA timer was a minute and 33 seconds. Do what? Like, at that point, that would be a noticeable load difference between the two.
So, because of
It's
this,
either inconsistent and that was luck loads, or something weird is afoot. Yeah, I feel like that's one of those you and me need to both time loads and see.
again, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be a co-op stream. But no, it's just gonna be a co-op stream eventually.
More than likely, yeah.
I am surprised you haven't suggested it yet.
I mean, fair, but at the same time, as much as I was kind of grinding double and 0-1, I also felt like that'd be a lopsided thing.
Fair.
It's I do tend to avoid that.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, why when we did the Odyssey race, at the time I had the randomizer up and going, and I was doing the randomizer one while you were doing the main. Do try to, you know, offset that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm completely down for that, by the way.
Yeah.
I That's got me puzzled. Like it's not so much the fact that the PS4 isn't the most optimized one.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it's not the most optimized one compared to the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
This should be the other way around.
You're telling me the console that takes a good 30 seconds to a minute longer to load for Fortnite than the PS4 is actually the one that's loading this quicker? What? That's why I'm like, it either has to be inconsistent as crap, and you just have to be lucky, or they did something.
I'm willing to bet it's the case of this was developed for the Switch and then ported to the PlayStation 4.
Except, if I'm not mistaken, I think I noticed a little bit of graphical bugs with the Switch version that you weren't having on the PS4. So
So
unless that's a case of they developed it for the Switch, ported it, and fixed stuff, it's
that's maybe possible.
maybe, but at that point, why didn't they go back and fix the Switch one? Unless they couldn't.
That's like, I don't know.
That one might be likely, actually.
Yeah.
If they couldn't.
I'm like, this game's made on a year development time. Fucking anything's possible.
Yeah, I'm confused on how it could be that broke.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not any speedrun games that are usually more optimized for the Nintendo console.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox, Sony, yeah. Because I think, isn't Sonic 06 a prime example of that? Where I think it's the Xbox version's actually more optimized for it.
The Xbox
Which,
version demo was, but when they made the deal to like have Sony do all the promotion stuff for it, all their optimizations got scrapped. I don't know if that's still the case or not, but the demo for Sonic 06 runs better than Sonic 06 in general. That was on the arcade.
I know there's a reason they're split on the leaderboards, and it's something major. I can't remember if it's like the loads are more consistent on one over the other or something of that nature.
It's entirely likely that that is actually the case, because I know demo-wise that's what happened.
It's one of those. I get that one because you're dealing with comparable hardware. It's just software being software.
Mm-hmm.
This, you're not dealing with comparable hardware. So what the actual heck?
Mm-hmm.
That would be like trying to run a PC game on a phone
Mm-hmm.
and the phone actually running it better than the computer.
Yeah.
It's like, and what's bad is I even went to the point of making sure that I had the timers even down to the T.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it changes with standard?
I can't wait for it to be difficulty dependent.
That would be interesting if it actually is. Because that would actually then maybe balance out by the time it's said and done.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Okay, I might have shredded Lonk on that one. I actually had to back up and redo that. I was like, well.
Too good. Need to slow down.
This is gonna be weird if that's the case. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
Mm-hmm. So I've killed like 5 people this match. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, so shred and lonk is just a thing. Got it. Noted.
Uh-oh. Ah.
Hmm. Oh. Of course, some of that could be menuing. So it might actually be difficulty dependent. Because it
Oh
stayed
my
exactly the
god.
same, so either we menued identically or someone kind of missed a menu somewhere. Because, yeah, that one there is.
Ah.
It's slightly bigger, but it's not enough to actually make the huge difference. Because it jumps to
No.
25 seconds,
Mhm.
whereas it was at 21. That's why I'm like, that could have just been menuing. Because I've actually seen that happen where, yeah, I've kind of screwed up menuing and, yeah, screwed up the PB because of it.
Uh-oh.
That's kind of what I expected to. I was curious on if anyone has put any kind of documentation on that, and I can't find the differences. So, yeah, this is literally a have to dig into it and find out.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Somehow, some way, this is gonna become the speedrun game for us. The
The
one we'll be known for, somehow.
should shouldn't the way that it loads, it actually should load the. No, I guess it would kind of load it each round. Honestly, shouldn't it kind of load it all together like a seed at the beginning kind of deal?
Mm-hmm.
But no, I guess it would kind of load it each round. still don't explain why it winds up, not changing between difficulties, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because it should be growing. Instead, it's staying consistent.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is fun. It's me and like 2 other people. No, fuck! Ah! Had the better gun. Damn. Alright. Well, I think I'm done with the Fortnite for the night. So you ready for me to swap over?
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, then I'm gonna take the stream now. We'll be right back with TGS for the week, folks. Stay tuned.